Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. The same old people, the same old steeples on every corner, a half a mile, but nothing changes. And ain't it strange that we didn't notice as a child that slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. Living in a dry state where we all say grace, buying liquor on a Sunday across the county lines, where the raindrops rolling off the rooftops, making the clouds stop for just a little while. Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. Sitting on the porch steps in the town where we met, after the sun sets on a Friday night. Southern fireflies lighting up the night sky, lucky to realize one more time that slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. It makes the gray so hard to see.
It's like half an hour to, actually no, like 17 minutes to legal light, and I'm gonna head back in. This is actually the crown land near our house, and it's the middle of rifle season now. I don't know how it even works, how it flies so fast, but that's where we're at. So I'm gonna get out and have a look. I've seen quite a few does and sign of quite a few bucks. I saw one big buck cross the road out here one morning when I was on my way to work. So I know he's around, and I'm not horn hunting whatsoever. There was a time when I was pretty trigger happy and loved to chase horns, but no, I'm just hunting for sustenance. So get in here and see what we can find. This is kind of a new part of the forest. I'd never been over to this part of the land. It's like a conglomeration of 5 quarters, so it's like a section and a quarter of crown land, and I've been in all of the other 4 quarters, but this one actually I haven't been in, and it's really nice. So get in and see what we can find this morning. Looking like a good start to the day. Pretty cool. We've been wondering, like, for the last year, since we moved out here, if there's any great gray owls in these forests around us. And it's just, you can just tell that they're here. Like they totally feel like a whole forest, but that's actually the first one we've seen this close to home. So pretty cool. Nice to see. I just had a doe and a fawn walk in front of me in this clearing here. And it's like the peak of the rut, so I'm sure that there's a buck probably nearby. It's back in this corner of this land where I saw the big whitetail last week, so I'm sitting here waiting. I'm hoping that he's kind of on their trail and sniffing that doe out. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit and just see if he comes by. My hope is always that they've already bred. That's why I kind of get a little bit more serious about hunting now, because they've been like rutting. They've been breeding for about a week already, so I hate to shoot a buck early in the season before he's had a chance to breed. I like to wait, and my hope always is that he's bred as many does as he can around here, and so at least his seed, his genetics carry on, and you got to have a good time before he goes. That's important. The buck's coming. Through the trees about 200 yards from me, and I assumed that he was going to follow the trail with his doe, but I don't see him. I'm not, just almost like he went across the other way to the east of me. Maybe he's following our trail backwards and then we'll come back this way or something. I don't know. Can't imagine what it's like. They just smell and follow and zig and zag all through the forest trying to find their prize. But he was right there. He was doing exactly what I thought he would. He just hasn't crossed this way yet. But I feel like he still will. Hide nor hair of that buck. I kind of waited him out for probably half an hour, 45
so I'm gonna slowly meander over in the direction where the doe and the fawn went to see. I kind of wonder if he didn't get my scent. He probably winded me and then circled me, I would imagine. So I know that he's not going to stop chasing that doe, so I'm just going to keep heading in her direction and maybe we'll cross paths. We'll see. Was that you making all that noise? I've been walking along the very northern edge of this land because the wind is coming from the south today. So I'm trying to keep myself from kind of winding the forest. And there's been a squirrel following me on one side. I don't know where he went now, but he's been with me for like the last kilometer. And a great gray owl on the other. She's kind of down in the valley. Just over beyond that little knoll there. And the squirrel's just kind of been ripping across the logs and stuff, following me. So my forest friends they're leading me to the prize. Well, I put on a bunch of miles here. That buck definitely gave me the slip. I didn't see him again after that down in that bottom clearing, and so I decided to just kind of do a bit of a loop and kind of there's like a cluster of forest down in this corner, and there's some like old survey lines that kind of dissect it. And so I did a big loop around it and came back up on the other side, and I saw tracks of his, maybe not from today, but he's definitely in this area. But I'm not sure where he got off to. But man, what a beautiful day. It's just so good to be out here. I just stopped in this clearing here to just have a sit and another rattle and just see what's going on. And I'm about probably a kilometer away from the vehicle now, so I'm just kind of slowly making my way through here. I kind of feel like that doe held up too, so she could still be in here somewhere down in this bottom yet. So I'm hopeful that on my travels I might bump them and that buck might be with them. So we'll see. I've never been in this part of the forest, so I don't know my way around at all. So I'm just kind of trying to bumble my way through here without spooking everyone. Pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. It's a chilly morning, but it's a beautiful morning. Well, we're back at the vehicle. Yeah, great morning. A little disappointed that buck slipped me, but it's called hunting for a reason. Yeah, at least I know he's in here. I know he's in the area and he's following these does around, so I should be able to get on him one of these days here. Just gotta kind of keep a beat on where the does are going and keep an eye on what he's up to, and yeah, we'll either cross paths or we won't, I guess. But sure was a great morning to be out here and saw some new parts of this forest that I've never seen, and it's really beautiful back here. There's a spring that runs through here in this gully just below, and it actually comes from a place I want to go with the camera and show you guys. We found it. It's an old abandoned homestead. We found it, I don't know, maybe this spring, maybe last fall. I don't even actually remember when we went in there the first time, but it's a really, really neat place. And that's where the headwaters of this spring comes from. So it runs all the way through these two quarters and then crosses and goes down to the river that's a few miles down the road. So pretty neat to see it and kind of follow it up and see what it's all about. And yeah, great gray owls in there. You know, there was a couple of them flying around, and pretty beautiful. Pretty blessed to have this right next door. You know, this is like a 2-minute drive, and you could walk to it as well, but yeah, I just chose to drive because I wanted to start on the far side, just the way the wind was today. But yeah, great day.